What if I told you some of the most evil, cold-blooded monsters in human history walked free? Not because they were innocent, but because they were powerful, protected, untouchable. These weren't shadows hiding in the night. They were men in suits, kings on thrones, generals in full daylight, smiling while the world burned. While millions screamed for justice, they vanished. Or worse, they lived out their days in comfort, luxury, and silence. This isn't fiction. These are real stories, real atrocities, and the world just moved on. But not here, not today, because you've just stepped into the history lens, and we're about to expose the twisted truth of how evil escaped justice. Let's start with Klaus Barbie, the Butcher of Lyon, a Nazi war criminal responsible for countless deaths, torture, and the deportation of children. After World War II, he didn't go to prison. He went to Bolivia, helped by American intelligence who wanted his skills to fight communism. Yes, the US protected a Nazi for decades. And then there's Idi Amin, the Ugandan dictator responsible for the mass murder of over 300,000 people. He was never tried, never arrested. He died peacefully in exile, in a luxurious Saudi Arabian hospital bed. His victims never got justice. What about Ante Pavelic, the fascist dictator of Croatia who oversaw a brutal genocide during World War II? After the war, he fled, first to Austria, then to Argentina. He lived under the protection of sympathetic regimes and even received support from certain factions of the Catholic Church. He died of natural causes. The world watched and did nothing. And perhaps most shockingly, Unit 731, the Japanese biological warfare division that conducted horrifying human experiments during World War II, torture, vivisection, on living prisoners. But instead of trials, many of the scientists were given immunity. Why? Because the US government wanted their research. So they were spared, and their victims were erased from the record of history. This isn't just about the past. It's about accountability, about power, about how history is often written by those who got away with it. For every trial at Nuremberg, there were dozens of escapes. For every headline about justice, there were whispers of backroom deals and dirty bargains. These figures didn't escape justice because no one could find them. They escaped because some didn't want them found. And that's the haunting truth. If this opened your eyes even a little, hit that like button and subscribe to The History Lens. We uncover the stories others leave buried.